Sora!
Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Here we go!
Hey guys, it's ReMIX and welcome to my Mushroom 13 guide. No, you aren't dreaming, I'm back to making videos like I used to again and better than ever. I mean, I said I would do more on this guide series and I'm finally ready. Besides, it hasn't been that long, right? Oh, it's October. Well, I better not waste any more time. Mushroom 13 is a collection of minigames that appear in various worlds after different points of completion within the story of the game. They are sort of reminiscent of the Kingdom Hearts 1 Mushroom Heartless that appeared back then, but now with a theme that relates more to Organization 13, the main villains of Kingdom Hearts 2, hence the black color scheme. However, these guys are much cuter looking. I mean, look at this little guy. These enemies only appear in the final mix versions of Kingdom Hearts 2. The minigames here can range from stupidly easy to painstakingly frustrating, with completion bonuses like rare item drops and an ultimate bonus of a new Keyblade called Winner's Proof after finishing every mushroom. And just a quick general tip, whenever a mushroom has fireworks coming up after the minigame, it means you have a high enough score for the minigame to move on to the next one. So let's get started. For your convenience, I'm going to leave annotations to each mushroom so that you can skip to whichever one is giving you trouble here. And for all of you closet racists out there that would say the mushrooms all look the same, I included a picture of the backdrop so you can tell them apart. And before anyone asks, even though they are called Mushroom 13, there are only 12 spots here because the 13th mushroom does not have a minigame. Head to Memory Skyscraper in the world that never was after having cleared the game. In other words, I believe you need a save with a crown on it. This one is supposed to be the most powerful of the mushrooms, representing a leader of some sort, but I don't think it's the actual hardest. The goal of this mushroom is to hit it as many times as possible within the 30-second time limit. Your goal in order to have this mushroom at completion is to land a minimum of 70 hits once time is up. Sounds pretty difficult, but it isn't the worst thing in the world. First off, a little about this mushroom. Sora can only deal 9 hits on this mushroom total at a time before the mushroom will go invincible and then dodge behind you. So to help Sora bring out hits faster, I recommend you go final form before beginning the fight. Keyblade's strength doesn't really matter since it's only counting hits, and it doesn't really matter how much damage you do. Still, if you feel like it, feel free to put on Keyblades with longer reach to ensure you don't miss. When you start, the mushroom will immediately dodge behind you. The key to doing this minigame is to use reaction commands in a smart way. If you look closely, when Mushroom 1 is dodging behind you, you get a reversal reaction command. If you miss this command, the mushroom will attack you as a punishment. It may not do any damage, but it hurts my pride. When looking closely at this reversal command, you can see at the last split second you also get the quick slide command. If you go in and just mash triangle without thinking, you would have to go around him twice or even more before you'll be allowed to attack him, which wastes precious time. But if you use the quick slide command, you can get behind him and the mushroom will immediately be confused and you can unleash your attack. With final form, when you attack, all you want to do is jump and attack once. In other words, press circle once, then X once, then drop to the ground. Because final form can put out so many hits at once, that's all you need before the mushroom goes invincible. Try attacking any more and you're just wasting time. The timing of getting the quick slide command is a bit tricky. You can either use the command menu to watch for a cue, or watch for when the triangle symbol on the mushroom's body flashes at the last second to know when the command is up. Generally, it always appears right when the mushroom is directly behind Sora after nearly completing a spin. Just practice the timing and you'll get used to it in no time. When the timer is up, as long as you got at least 70 points, you're all good and you don't have to play this mushroom again. Mushroom 2 is found in Christmas Town at the Christmas Tree Plaza after the second visit is completed. The goal of this mushroom is to block or dodge everything he throws at you, and your goal is to reach a score of 80 or above. I actually think this mushroom is one of the easiest, so this should be fun. Before you go in, make sure you have the Reflect magic spell set to one of your shortcuts and summon Stitch to accompany you on this battle. It helps if you have a max summon level and summon boost equipped, so that Stitch can stay out and help you for a longer period of time. What you want to do is go in and just watch him. Watch him float around like a hawk? Who put this in the script? Every time he sticks his hand out to throw something at you, immediately use the Reflect spell to protect yourself. That's really it. Watch him very carefully and react to his movements with Reflect. Stitch is here because he can refill your MP in a limited amount of times until he is gone, so he'll just hopefully be refilling your MP as you pay attention to the mushroom. You're allowed to mess up and get hit a bit while still being able to reach 80, so it makes it really easy. Once he chooses to stop throwing things at you, it's over, and as long as your score is above 80, you made it. Time to go on a chase. Mushroom 3 is located outside of Beast's Castle on the bridge. The goal of this minigame is to pick up as many of the orbs this mushroom drops as possible, with your goal being 450. So before you go out there, equip the Follow the Wind Keyblade, which has a draw as a bonus ability, any draw rings you might have, and any draw abilities you have under, well, abilities. I also recommend having both Wisdom Form and Final Form leveled up all the way to 7 because we need to use Glide and Quick Run a lot. This one isn't going to be too easy. The key is to just follow him. Stay under and make sure not to miss those opportunities where the mushroom drops a splurge of orbs. This is one of them that you probably aren't going to get on the first try. At the start, the mushroom takes it a bit slow. You can Quick Run after he zooms the first couple times. But I'd say after the first 10 seconds or so, it's time to drop the quick runs and start using Glide. Now this is important. When gliding, make sure you simply jump and then hold square to go straight into Glide. Do not jump, aerial dodge, and then glide, as this can cause Sora to be too high off the ground to reach the orbs and you'll end up just passing them. Don't worry if you can't get it the first time, because following and getting used to this mushroom's pattern is a learning process. The most crucial moments, however, are when he zooms forward and drops bundles and bundles of orbs. Sometimes he even zooms towards a corner and drops all the orbs in that corner. Probably your biggest enemy during this minigame is the camera. You can try to lock onto him, but we cannot rely on it. You're gonna have to follow it manually. He always ends off with dropping a large bundle of orbs, so make sure you don't miss that final splurge. As long as you got 450 or above, you're in the clear. It's okay to lose him sometimes when he makes sharp turns, as long as you get back onto it quickly. This is a mushroom that takes a bit of practice, but if for some reason you really are having trouble, try getting some more draw rings to equip by completing the duality puzzle in Jiminy's journal and synthesizing them. Now we head out to Land of Dragons, outside of the palace where you fought Shan Yu. The Jiminy's journal goal for Mushroom 4 is to defeat 85 or more clones. It's pretty simple. There is no time limit, but after each and every clone you defeat, the mushrooms will slowly have much more defense, making it take more hits to kill them. Luckily, dealing with these guys actually isn't bad at all and is quite easy with a specific strategy. Equip the Berserk Charge ability, or equip the Fatal Crest Keyblade if for some reason you don't have it, and if you feel like it, unequip any MP Haste abilities. Also, make sure you have the Cure magic spell in one of your shortcuts. This will make it so that whenever you're out of MP, Sora's combo will keep going on forever without finishers until your MP is restored. Go out to the mushroom and transform into Wisdom Form. Cure before touching the mushroom to drain out all of your MP, and begin shooting the clones from a distance. You want to keep going in this circular motion around the room, keeping your distance from all of the clones. You don't want any of them touching you. Keep mashing X as you go around to shoot them and gradually kill clones. Whenever your MP charge finishes and your MP is back, just throw out another quick cure spell to drain your MP bar and make it pink again. Really, just keep going with the circle pattern and the mushroom shouldn't be able to tag you and you'll be able to get above 85 in no time. Mushroom 5 is an AGRABAH at the treasure room. Yeah, the good old punching bag that we used to level up Limit Form. We're finally coming back to finish the job. This mushroom sleeps and constantly gains HP. You're supposed to keep attacking it and get its HP to 0 in order to win. The Jiminy's journal requirement to pass this mushroom is to defeat it within only 10 seconds. That sounds insane, but it's not so bad. Take off all combo plus abilities and then equip negative combo and Fenrir if you have it. We're going to use Limit Form Zantetsuken Finisher, considering it does massive damage. Obviously, you do want to be at a pretty high level with a high strength stat for this method to go smoothly. While in limit form, begin the minigame and just get to the Zantetsuken finisher as fast as possible to deal the massive damage. It's that simple. After 2 to 3 finishers, you should have been able to kill it, and if it's under 10 seconds, we're all good. If for some reason that's difficult to do, you can try going final form with the Bond of Flame Keyblade and using the Firaga spell to deal massive damage in a short period of time. The next mushroom is in the underworld of the Olympus Coliseum, where Sora first had to fight the water clones that Demyx creates. This mushroom will spawn clones of itself all over the map, and your job is to defeat all of the copies. The Jiminy's Journal requirement for this guy is to get a time of 45 seconds or less. For this fight, you want to put Thunder, Fire, and Blizzard spells all under your shortcut. It's also a good idea to put a magic restoring item like Ethers or Elixirs as the 4th shortcut. When you go to the mushroom, activate Final Form before touching it. Jump into the first one to kill it, and then prepare to truly begin the game. You'll see these mushrooms go into various formations, and the trick is to use the right spell for the right formation. When you see them all gather around in a circle, go in the middle of them and cast Fire. When you see them all form a straight line across the room, shoot a Blizzard directly through the line. And when they are all spread out through the map, it's time to cast Thunder. Now, in the heat of the moment, you can mix it up a little. You don't have to specifically use Blizzard on the lines or specifically use Fire on the ones in a circle. I'm just saying which ones are the most convenient. You can interchange some of the spells. For example, sometimes I panicked and used Thunder and still got away with under 45 seconds just fine. Final Form is nice to have out because as you glide and jump around, any clones you happen to touch will get killed. Always remember that if your MP is looking low, to pop an item so that you don't run out. Once you've defeated them all, the minigame will end, and if you're under 45 seconds, you're all good. This one is a weird one. Mushroom 7 is found in the Tunnelway in Twilight Town, and the objective of this is to try and kill this mushroom, while it's always attacking, making it hard to physically hit the mushroom. The funny thing is, the game tells you you're supposed to keep your distance and hit it with long-range attacks, but there's an easier way that takes no time at all. All you really need for this method is to put Reflect on a shortcut and have Final Form unlocked. Final Form Reflect is strong enough that the splash from it should be able to kill this mushroom, granted you have decent stats. But it's pretty reliable for me. Go in, turn Final, and immediately use the Reflect spell 2 or 3 times and release. Upon releasing these Reflect spells a few times, the splash should kill the mushroom, and if you did it under 10 seconds, you have successfully fulfilled the Jiminy's Journal requirement for this mushroom. If for some odd reason you can't do the Final Form strategy, use any dry form with strong magic and spam Thunder. Just be careful because sometimes the mushroom will come charging at you and waste time. I highly recommend the Final Form strategy over this. Alright, here we are at Mysterious Tower and... oh no! Here we have Mushroom 8. This is what I, myself, and a lot of other players consider to be the toughest mushroom to complete. What you're basically supposed to do is juggle the mushroom in the air and not let it hit the ground. It's very small and gets knocked around very easily, so it's very difficult to keep a consistent combo on this guy without him dropping. And the crazy thing is that the Jiminy's Journal requirement for this mushroom is to hit it 85 times or more before letting it hit the ground, and this is no simple task. This guy has ended careers before and sent people into massive fits of rage, and I can understand why. Generally, when dealing with this guy, you want to take advantage of the Berserk Charge ability, and while having that equipped, equip a Keyblade with long reach so that you don't miss as much. I recommend Guardian Soul or something around that size. Some players recommend going into Master Form and spamming Thunder at the start to get rid of your MP for the Berserk Charge, and then jump up while attacking him and hope for the best. I can honestly say that this never really works out for me that well. Dang it! But yeah, if my next tips don't work for you, feel free to try that. You need Horizontal Slash and Berserk Charge equipped for the second one I'm going to show you. Before you touch the mushroom, heal yourself so that you're out of MP, and as a little extra thing, put your drive cursor on Wisdom Form in the menu, but don't transform. We'll use Wisdom Form in emergencies. So what you're supposed to do after you pull him out is to attack. After the jump attack, mash the square button to do Horizontal Slash. Since we have Berserk Charge, the Horizontal Slash will go on forever. Sometimes you'll knock the mushroom upwards to the sky, and when that happens, press X to catch him with an aerial spiral, and then after you got him, continue with the horizontal slashing. Even with this strategy, it's still extremely hard to keep this mushroom in the air. As long as he's on your level, keep horizontal slashing. If he goes above you, do a regular attack until he's back on your level. Then continue the horizontal slashing. Sometimes you knock the mushroom too far forward that you can't reach him after and he'll fall to the ground. Happened to me many times. To somewhat remedy this, I came up with a little on-the-fly save. Remember when I told you to shortcut Wisdom Form? Well, this is a little advanced, so to do this you have to go fast. But if you're near like 75-ish hits and don't want to screw it up, you can go Wisdom Form. Pause your game while Wisdom Form loads or the mushroom will fall to the ground. Now, while locked onto the mushroom, you can do 7 Thunder Spells to drain your MP, and after that you can squeeze in a few more Wisdom shots. Use this as a last resort if your mushroom gets flung too far away or if you just want to secure the 85 score. It's a little tricky to do properly, but if you do it right, it can save you and give you a little extra push. It's not something to rely on, but it's there for emergencies. If for some reason your MP actually goes all the way back up while you're still juggling the mushroom, you can use Trinity Limit to get your last few hits in. Trinity Limit is unfortunately really the only limit that is remotely viable, since the break move has Sora attack too. Party member limit hits such as Donald's Duck Flare move do not count toward the hit counter, which majorly sucks. If neither one of those work out for you, there is a third method, but I don't really like to use it because it's extremely slow and kinda trolly, but feel free to try it out for yourself. You want to put on a negative combo, take off all of your combo pluses, and put on as many finishing plus as possible. That means Rumbling Rose Keyblade too. With all that, put on Magic Lock On for good measure. Put some ethers or elixirs on your shortcut just in case Stitch starts trolling, which trust me, he probably will. Summon Stitch before you pull the mushroom out and juggle it by spamming Thunder. The finisher should make the mushroom go very high up in the air every time they hit. Keep spamming Thunder and hope that Stitch continually refills your MP so that you don't run out of Thunder. Keep your eye on your MP bar, and if it's getting too low and Stitch isn't helping, go ahead and pop an item quickly and then go back to spamming Thunders. This method works, I guess, but it's really slow. The mushroom will eventually be so high up that you can't see him at all. As long as you see your score going up and his HP bar in the corner, you're good, and just keep hitting him with Thunder and spamming it, and eventually you should pass 85. Granted, it may take a few years, but whatever works, right? So I've told you about the Master Form strategy, the Stitch Thunder strategy, and the Horizontal Slash strategy. Try them all out, use whichever one works best for you. Personally, I prefer the air. No, wait, that's not right. I meant personally, I prefer the Horizontal Slash strategy. And remember, you're probably going to fail a lot. Expect that. Don't worry, it's normal. Remember, most people consider this the toughest mushroom in the game. Mushroom 9 can be found at the Castle Gate in Radiant Garden. It's funny because this mushroom is basically an easy version of Mushroom 8. All you need to do is keep it spinning by attacking it. The goal is to reach a score of 75 or higher. Have Horizontal Slash and Berserk Charge equipped, and of course unequip any MP haste abilities. A Keyblade with long reach helps, or Fatal Crest since it comes attached with Berserk Charge. Cure before you start the minigame to get rid of your MP and then touch the mushroom. Literally all you have to do is jump, attack, and then mash square. Mash square forever, and Sora should just keep attacking it with Horizontal Slash to keep it spinning, while the Berserk Charge keeps your combo infinite. After a bit of square mashing, you should be able to get over 75 quite easily. In fact, you'll probably get to 99 hits before your MP is even back up, which will cause the mushroom to automatically stop, and you did it. Mushroom 10. Finally, them double digits now? We got Mushroom 10 in Port Royal at the Moonlight Hook on that island that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. This one plays a mix-up minigame. It will make clones of itself, the real one will jump up, and you're supposed to follow it with your eyes and attack the right one when they all line back up. The goal here is to get a time under 55 seconds. I'd say that this mushroom is medium in difficulty. When a mushroom jumps up, you want to move far back away from the mushroom so that you can see where they're going. Use the select button to enter first person mode. When the mushrooms stop and are back in place, attack the one that you believe is the one that jumped up. Keep attacking it until it goes invincible. Once it's invincible, go back to the far side of the room and watch them do this again. You'll have to do this maybe 3 to 5 times depending on your timing and strength. They start to get faster each time too, so if you need to, pause your game over and over again while they move so you can keep track of the right mushroom. After its HP hits 0, as long as your time is less than 55 seconds, you did it. This mushroom is extremely similar to the Black Ballad minigame in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Mushroom 11 is located in the Timeless River waterway, which you can access through the door in Disney Castle. What you want to do for this one is equip the Rumbling Rose Keyblade to get an extra finishing plus, equip all of the finishing plus you have in your ability menu, and take off any combo plus you might have, even put on negative combo if you have it. You can also use the Fenrir Keyblade if you want to have a completely negative combo with only finishers. It's really up to you. The point of this mushroom is to get its hit counter down to 0, and the journal goal is under 19 seconds, which isn't that easy. The fastest way to get hits is to use Wisdom Form finishers, so that's why we put on all of our finishing pluses and took off all of the combo pluses. Lock on and shoot the mushroom as much as you can. You want to keep a medium distance from him. Too far and you'll lose your lock on. Too close and you'll end up shooting under him when he jumps, which is no good. The best times to hit him are of course in between jumps, when he's on the ground, thinking or doing whatever a fungus mushroom thing does. Every time I do this, the counter and timer are really close, so it's something you may have to practice a few times, but overall shouldn't be too hard. As soon as you got a time under 19 seconds, you did it. The 12th and final mushroom minigame is in Twilight Town outside of the Old Mansion. It's another Berserk Charge mushroom, so you need to equip Berserk Charge of course, and use the Fatal Crest Keyblade if you want, and take off any MP haste abilities you may have. Oh, and if you're just coming off Mushroom 11, put all your combo pluses back on. Before you touch the mushroom, go Wisdom Form and then use Cure to drain your MP away. This minigame is where you have to defeat as many clones as possible. Big shocker, I've never heard that one before. But this time they'll be scattered around the various pillars and obstacles around. However, these guys will stay inside of the gate, so never go outside of that. Wisdom Form works well here because you can target them and get the mushrooms from far away, and keep moving the whole time. The most annoying part of this one is just all of the building pieces that get in your way. Make sure to constantly lock on and maneuver your way around these obstacles and you should be fine. This one isn't too tough. Remember that your MP bar will eventually refill and ruin the Berserk Charge, so if you notice your MP turn blue again, just quickly do another cure spell while keeping your pace. Once time is up, you have to have a score of at least 40, and if you do, then you did it. Once you've completed all 12 minigames, head to the Great Maw in Radiant Garden, the room before Sephiroth. If you've completed all of the mushrooms successfully with high enough scores on each one, they should all be lined up and happy. The 13th mushroom will descend from the sky to give you your reward, a Keyblade and a crown piece for Sora to wear. Congrats! I hope this guide could help somebody out there no matter how late I'm releasing it. A lot of hard work went into it, so if you could show support to this video, it would be much appreciated. And until the next one, I've been SirAllam1, and I'll catch you guys later. That's all I have for you guys today, but I don't know if I can make it to the next one without your help. Give me strength,